Happy Wednesday. Just getting myself set up here. Yeah, I'm getting my chat set up. And I think I'm set. Hey, Arlene, how you doing today? I lost my cursor here for a sec. Oh, dang it. Where did my cursor go? It's over here. Now I need it over here. There we go. Hey, Lorna. Happy birthday. Why? Is it your birthday today? Is this something we should know? Hey, Debbie. Did everybody catch Debbie's wonderful interview over on Art Joy of Sharing? If not, you need to go check it out. Hey, Janet, you were able to log in today. Yay, I know you've got a work day. And I'm telling myself I'm going to be short, but I'm going to be an hour and a half today and see if that helps, because I'm super excited about the project I'm working on, and I will give you guys a sneak peek. Hey, Kathy. I'll give you guys a sneak peek at something I'm working on. Remember how I did the little tea bag thing? Hey, Took. Oh, pause and said Wednesday. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out where my cursor went. It disappeared on me. Hey, Midge. Love seeing all my friendly faces here. Hey, Angela. So this is just one of the pages. Okay, there's another one where I use my spirit sticks and some of my stitching and my stitch leaves. So one of the pages in the book I'm working on. So tell me what you guys are working on today. I needed to do something easy because all my creative energy is going into this other book project. I'm going to make the cover after I log out here today. Oh, great. So my voice is going to go already. Thank you, Janet. I am actually in love with the project. So I love it when a project consumes me. I haven't had that in quite a while. So I was definitely ready for it to start to consume me again. Yeah, I've got to. That's the other reason to do it kind of short, is I want to finish this book because my tax appointment is on Monday. So I need to get all my tax stuff in order. And of course, you know, there's always the cleaning up of the stuff because I don't keep track all year long the way I should be. I'm trying to cultivate some better habits. This class I'm taking right now is all about kind of being a little bit more together. Hey, Mona. Glad you're here today. Oh, Debbie, you've been working all day, so you're relaxing. Nice. I did not mean to do it like that. Oh, well, we'll do this one maybe a little differently. Determined to get one video up this week of a completed project. That's awesome, Angela. I'm glad you are working again, creating again. Hey, Penny, did you get your Milo? I assume that is a special kind of morning drink for you. Unless it's one of your dogs, which could also be the case, right? Hey, Nettie. Oh, I love seeing all these familiar faces. Oh, I hate it when there's those days where you're all in bed. When we had our big storm, you know, I just kept waiting for my sinuses to backslap me, and luckily I was okay on that. Hey, Brenda. Hi, Paul. Oh, hello, Paul. So happy you joined us. So it's morning for you. No, what time is it where you are, Paul? Because you are in South Africa, correct? Are you working on your tree book idea? If you guys have not checked out Paul's Facebook page, any of his pictures, he is an amazing photographer. That's how he and I met. Oh, you're playing with some of the kits. That's awesome. So 22. So, oh, wow. So it's the middle of the night for you. And I'm doing something like slow stitching, probably not in your in your corner of creativity, but it's okay, Lorna. I understand. You don't really love me. Take care, okay? I'll catch you later. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm taking so much time to finish this journal cover. I'm not so sure how inclined I'm going to be to build the journal that needs to go inside it, but we'll see. I'm really excited about working on this other project that I'm doing. So definitely needs more love and lots of rest and liquids and then some more rest, because we need you to get out there making some more of those beautiful kits. Tuesday Moriarty posted a video recently, if you haven't seen it yet, using one of Lorna's kits, Into the Woods, and it's just a beautiful journal. You need to go check it out. So Paul, you're slowly getting the names and info on the trees together, busy with your woodworking as well. Oh, good. I think your idea was absolutely fabulous, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Hey, Barbara. Hi. Glad you're here today. Yeah, it's mostly just chatting while I'm stitching, because I just can't spread all my creativity in the lives. I figured out I need to save some of it for working off camera. You lost round 2 with your doctor today, Brenda? That's not good. That is not good at all. Hey, Terry. Goodness, we have a nice crowd today. Angela, when you figure out how to focus and not go down the rabbit trails, let me know. Because, that's just not, ooh, biopsy done on your arm. Ouch. I hope they figure out what's going on and that you're going to be okay, Brenda. Not bumps like an allergic reaction, huh? Well, trees take a long time to grow, Paul, so it makes sense that a tree project is going to take a long time. Kept asking if you had bed bugs. Oh my goodness, yeah, that would make me want to throat punch them too. Freaky. I had a tick bite a couple weeks ago, and that was freaky enough for me. We have so many ticks here in this area, and my husband had to dig it out of my shoulder, and then my doctor gave me some antibiotics to take, so I'm hopeful that everything's okay. Yeah, squirrels. I'm just like, woo, look at this. Oh, look at that. But I also like it when I get obsessed by something. I mean, working on these little things have just gotten me super, super obsessed about finishing this. And the background colors on these are all from the dies that I made myself. So I am very excited. Yeah, we can fire the doctors. We can let them go. Nettie, what are you working on today? Those of you in the Facebook group, I'm thinking about, I want to test maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. I want to test the rooms, but I'm thinking about just having one morning and one afternoon where we can just all come in and have a room where we can create together. Oh, it's an infestation of ants. Oh my goodness. Oh, Brenda, we had trouble with ants for like 6 months, but wow. My husband put out the little boric acid stuff, which used to do the job for us. And this time they didn't. He had to go buy some of the really nasty stuff to get them out of the house. Oh, Barbara, so you didn't see what? You didn't see these? You can look up now, Barbara. So I think I have 5 pages plus maybe 6 pages. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but I'm going to work on the cover today and hopefully post the video of the new one next week. Ooh, good, Nettie. I'm glad you got good feedback and you're going to go back to work on it. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, I am still having trouble kicking that perfectionist off. And so I'm just trying to make myself go through it. And what happened was a couple days ago, I fell into the doggone compare game again. And I hate it when I do that. I hate it. There's no payoff. And yet I keep playing the darn thing. And I keep losing and wondering why I'm losing. The bug guy wants pictures. You told him you cannot make the ants bigger. You have sprayed and sprayed. Oh my goodness. That's horrible. If it's carpenter ants, they cannot do anything until spring. Yeah, we use the diatomaceous earth, however you say that, for ants. And then we used boric acid when that wasn't working anymore. And then, like I said, this last time, because they were in the bedroom and I would wake up and they would be crawling on me. And that was just, not acceptable. Exactly, Angela. It's an energy zapper and a creativity zapper. And, I don't know why I know why, because I was looking at vanity numbers. I was looking at things like views on my videos and saying, okay, I think I'm up in my game. I'm mixing some stuff up. And yet I looked at a couple of other videos near mine and I was like, oh, wow, I am so far out of the game. And I let myself fall into that trap. And normally I can kick myself out of it in like 5 or 10 minutes. And I swear I stayed there for like a whole day. And so that's when I started working on these pages for this new little book. And then I was like, okay, no more. I'm not going there anymore. I'm doing different kinds of stuff. I'm not doing things with, lots of paper right now. Not everybody's into nature. See, Arlene says natural ant deterrent is a blend of peppermint oil, lavender oil, and clove in water with a drop of dish liquid. Will not kill them, but they won't go near it. Oh, that's interesting. Exactly, Barbara. Self-criticism is our oldest voice. Our parents' lessons fall into our child brains and take root as criticism. Yep. And so any negative comment seems to stick around for years, and the positive ones we forget about. So once I get my taxes done, I am going to restart going back through the comments I've gotten on my videos and on my Facebook posts and on my Instagram posts, and I'm going to copy them into a journal so that I can tell myself when I start to have that compare game thing, I'm going to go back in and reread those. So I have a question of the day for you guys today. I've been thinking about that, and I'll ask this later in the group too, but I thought, why not ask it here first? Because this came up, a friend asked me this question, and I don't know the answer for myself. Maybe you guys might have an answer, but I thought it was interesting. What's your superpower? Yeah, you have no positive in you today, except you're freaking out and itching. I totally get that, Brenda. Absolutely. Maybe we can just distract you a little bit. So do you know what your superpower is? Do you know what my superpower is? I'm not sure what my superpower is. But it was an interesting concept. So do you know what your superpower is? What is something, supposedly a superpower is something you do without thinking. It's just one of those things that comes naturally to you. You can't not do it. So what is something that you can't not do? Hey, Vicky, your superpower is your mouth. I mean, I could say mine is making a mess because I can't not make a mess. Bless my understanding husband's heart. Barbara says, if I have one at all, it's singing. Oh, I'm sure you have one. It's just, do we notice what it is? Do we recognize? Do we acknowledge it? Debbie's is organizing and tidying. Angela's is not saying no to those in need. Yeah. Terry gives hugs. Janet's is starting projects. Midge, encourage people. Yeah, that's a really good superpower. Penny, thank you. Yeah, it is a slow boil, and I just had to remind myself that, it's a slow boil, plus I'm doing things differently, and not, like I said, not everybody likes the same stuff. And that's okay. That's what makes us all unique. But it's just one of those, I must have just been having a down day and I fell into it. Arlene's superpower is adapting. That's true. My goodness, you are the queen of adapting, Arlene. Yeah, Penny, I think they are noticing and getting on board, and it's really fun to see. Took, you can't say no to anyone, including yourself. Took, I think you're a finisher. I don't know if that's your superpower, but you are an awesome finisher. Angela says her friends and family say she's an encourager. Barbara says, I count a superpower as something that can transport me and surprise me with its suddenness and grace. That's great. Debbie, I'm pretty good at eating. Hey, Margaret. Hi. We're talking about superpowers. Do you know what your superpower is? Terry says garden, and the dogs love me. Compassion is Nettie's superpower. I would agree, Nettie. I think that is definitely one of your superpowers. Adapting is a very important trait. You're right, Barbara, especially as we get older and more falls apart. Boy. Superpower about buying Oreos, about Oreo cookies, and about buying digital kids. That's great. Penny's is empathy. Yeah. No superpowers at the moment for Margaret. She just woke up. Yeah, mine is definitely not the morning. That's for darn sure. Hey, Lisa. My kids say mine is to survive and overcome. I say we all did. Yes. Surviving and overcoming things is big. I know I was a big overcomer. Hi, Sherry. Thank you. Appreciate it. Brenda says she was told she has excellent writing skills, was told numerous times that I write like John Grisham. Never read him or heard of him, but you feel what I write. Yeah. Send her to my Etsy. My Etsy shop is Poppiness. Maybe Mona, when she has a chance, can type that in for you guys. It's winter there. Yeah, and I started this start with a leaf thing in the middle of winter for all of you. Well, and it's winter here too. Mona's superpower is resourcefulness. That's good. I would like mine to be organizing and getting my act together. So this is, I have homework for class. I have my stack. I might have mentioned it before. I have a stack of notebooks with my ideas and my to-do list, and the stack of notebooks is literally a foot tall. And so my homework for this class is to reduce it to 1 or 2 notebooks. And we'll see if I manage to do that. I don't know. But I have accountability, so that's good. It's good to have. Hey, Barbie. I'm so happy to have you here. I just bought Barbie's latest journal, and I am so excited. I can't wait to get it here. Cannot wait to hold it in my little hands. She has got some beautiful journals up on her channel. You need to go check it out. Your superpower is trying to see your glass as half full instead of half empty. That's a really good superpower. I had to learn that. I did not know that when I was younger. In my 20s and 30s and 40s even, I had a hard time with that. Now I feel like I have that one down. And I'm not doing anything rocket science today. I just am going to relax and stitch. It's the hummingbird journal. Is that what it's called, Barbie? What's the one that I bought? It's got the hummingbird on the front because, Must. Hey, Paul, thanks for popping in. Yeah, think about your superpower and let me know. Get some good rest so you can work on your projects. Self-esteem is like a ghost sometimes, you know, it's there. And then, yeah, Hummingbird Forest. Thank you. I couldn't remember the full title. You know, the self-esteem hopefully gets better as we get older. Thanks, Mona. Put my Etsy shop in there. When I was younger, my self-esteem was pretty much non-existent. Isn't that horrible to say? Voices in my head. Getting to sleep when you want is a superpower, yeah. Well, Paul's in South Africa, so he's on way different time zones. Oh, Barbie, I can't wait. Cannot wait. I was so happy I was able to grab it. Oh, Mean Girls are the worst. Many of us have had unfortunate experiences with them. You know, it's funny. I did not have mean girl issues when I was in school, mostly because I spent all of my time either at the ranch with the horses or at the skating rink. My mean time came with mean girls when they were grown up and they should have known better. They absolutely should have known better. But, you know, I was an adult and I was looking for acceptance in the wrong places. So, yeah, that was my experience with mean girls. Vicki says, I don't think my self-esteem gets better the older I am, but I don't care anymore, so my attitude has improved. That's true, too. Maybe that's it, is we just don't give a rip as much as we did when we were younger. So Angela says, I see good in everyone and think maybe I should look and see if there's any truth. Next thing I knew, bam, I couldn't create anymore. Oh, YouTube, yeah. Yeah, when you get the mean girls in a public forum like that, it would probably shut me down too. Hi, Hallie. How are you doing today? Thanks for joining us. We were talking about our superpowers. Do you have a personal superpower? And yeah, Angela, you just leave the ones that aren't supportive and aren't working for you. You just move on. You just move on and say, no, I'm not playing here anymore. Nettie says, growing up, it wasn't just the girls that were mean, but her superpower back then was being stubborn. And you have to be stubborn. To fight back against the world, you have to be stubborn. You have to know you're worth it. You're worth the fighting. Barbara says, making art for these past 10 years has done a whole lot for my self-esteem. I don't know what other people think, but I love some of my pages. That's it. And we have to love our own work. I mean, and sometimes I get so excited about simple things. Like I love this little chunk of the rusty stain in here with the green. You know, this little book that I'm working on, I just keep flipping the pages over and over again because I'm so in love with the pages. Brenda, you're a fighter. You are a scrapper for sure. Hallie says she can make something out of what I have. She's an improviser. Ooh, that's a good superpower. Hey, Patty. Well, hello there. How are you doing? Patty, do you know what your superpower is? I'm still trying to figure mine out. I think mine might be encouraging people. I think that might be one of my superpowers.
It is.
My husband's yelling at me saying it is. Thank you, Barbara. It's just not really much of anything. It's just stitching, and so I don't have to think. I shouldn't say it's not much of anything. I don't mean that it's not nice. I just mean I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about what stitch I'm doing. Hey, Mitzi. Yeah, when we have family members that are hard on us, it takes a long time to fight back. Oh, yeah, I asked the tough questions, right? Just think about it. I'm curious. Thanks, Mona. Patty is a leader. That's true. Hi, little gypsy. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before. Glad you're joining us. Barbie has a question. Has anybody been having trouble with their subscribers? YouTube is removing my subscribers. Every time I get one over 1,000, they remove them. Oh, that's really odd. They do scrubs every so often, but because I'll gain like 4 or 5, and then I'll lose 2, and then I'll gain 6 and lose 1. You had to grab a bratty bull by the horns today? Ooh, I hope you set them in their place. Patty has a huge, huge heart. Absolutely. She's also a good encourager. Hey, Diane, did you sneak in? Yeah, you did sneak in. You've lost over 100 since September. Interesting. I'm not quite sure, I think in sometimes it's the scrubs. Sometimes people, I know I have accidentally, I've been like resubscribing in a few places because when I go to hit a button that I think I'm like liking a video or I'm saving it, I accidentally unsubscribe and I don't realize it until suddenly it pops back up on my screen again. I'm like, wait a minute, why aren't I seeing that person's videos? So it's frustrating. I know. I'm trying very hard not to look at the subscribers. You can't look at it, Barbie. You have to like let it go and not play the compare game. Angela thought you meant pounds. Oh, you are too funny. Because your videos are very well done. There's nothing wrong with your videos. There's nothing wrong with your content. You're not doing anything wrong. It just could be, some people are cleaning up their subscription list. Some people accidentally unsubscribe. Brenda, you were told you were a bottom feeder? That's horrible. Yeah, that's it, Angela. We'll just think it was losing the mean girls. Barbie, I say just keep doing what you're doing. Keep making your videos, sharing your videos. Those of you who have not checked out Barbie's artistic expressions, please go check out her channel and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Ooh, Diane, I can't wait to see it. Brenda, just, we got to learn we all have to learn to develop these duckbacks and just let this stuff roll off us. So tell me something wonderful that's happened to you lately. Let's see. Angela says, what? I recently heard someone admit to something they put you down for, but had never done themselves. Oh, yeah. Some people, they just like to stir crap up. Hey, Ms. Green Thumb. Happy you joined us here today. What are you working on today? Exactly, Patty. Lose the dead weight to move forward. See my messy backside? See, I don't worry about the backside. Nobody's going to see it by the time I make it into a cover anyway. Diane, make sure you tag me when you post the video. Otherwise, I might not get to it for a few days. I'm slow. Have you guys been looking, if you're in the Facebook group, and if you're not in the Facebook group, how come? Come join us over there. But Janet has been working on some pen work. She and Vicky are my pen work models. They just do some amazing, amazing pen work. Hey, Nana. So many, 25th wedding anniversary. Yahoo! That is a biggie. Diane's is doing well on the streaming app. Yes. Hi, Penny. How you doing today? What are you working on? My questions of the day are, what is your superpower? And tell me something wonderful that's happened lately. Daughter is nailing her bachelor's degree of nursing. That's terrific. Terry's been painting up a storm. The pen working girls, Vicky at Messy Table Studio and Janet, whose last name I'm not going to say correctly, Duchette. You need to check out Vicky. You're not pushing your putting any of your stuff in the group. You need to at least post a link to one of your recent videos with your pen work in the group. Do set. Okay, do set for Janet. Diane's superpower is friendliness. Nice. Yeah, so what Janet has done is she's working with my mermaid journal kit, and she is doing this amazing pen work on the pages that I never thought of it. That's what's so much fun, watching somebody else work with your kits, because I never thought about doing it like that. And now I'm like anxious to go doodle. It's a great TV activity. Yeah, so Vicky's going to post links. And then if you go to the group, Barbara, and look for Janet's post, you can search by somebody's name. You can see all the pen work that she's been doing in the Mermaid Journal. Nana's working on a cancer journal to sell so she can donate to cancer. That is awesome. Barbara's about to post her newest Journaling by 5 flip video of the Journaling by 5 stream Mary led 2 days ago. Mary is another one with all this energy. Woo! She's got a lot of energy. Hugs are awesome. Yes, everyone can doodle, just not everyone can doodle well. Although when I do find my old doodles, I'm happy with them. I just forget that I could do it. So if you're not in the Facebook group is called Poppiness and Friends. I forgot to put the link in the announcement of the live stream, so I will have to add it in the description later. Diane said she bought a webcam so you can do multi-camera view and try to stream here on YouTube. Yay! No good gossip. No. Some doodling is pretty, yes, and some is lacking, yeah. Jean Peter artist doing pen work in between everything she put into her scavenger hunt journal. Oh, ooh, Barbara, you need to send me that link because I would love to see that. Jude has got a bunch of stuff that she's doing at home lately, so she has been offline a lot. And so I don't know when she's going to be available to come back. Yeah, I know. She is the link master, right? She goes zip through there. I may need to get me another mod. Oh, thank you, Mona. Mona put the link to the group there, so you can join the Facebook group. And, there is a question or two to answer, so please make sure you do. So, yeah, I would love to see this person that you guys are talking about that also does fantastic work. I do like to doodle, and I have to say that Janet's made me look at my pages completely differently. I've doodled on some of my eco prints before I made them into kits. Hey, Sharon, what did you miss? I asked, what is your superpower, which is something that, you do maybe without even thinking, and something wonderful that's going on for you right now. You hand-stitched a pillow. That's awesome, Nettie. All right, Janet, we'll catch you later. I know it's hard when it's a work day for you. And Victoria said to say hello to all of you because she hurt her neck/shoulder, and so she's not feeling very good today. Yeah, she's just got a lot of other stuff going on right now, Margaret. So Jude You know, sometimes real life takes up over YouTube life. They're doing a lot of stuff around the house. And I know from 5 years of renovations, you just can't keep up with it all. Okay, so for those of you that came in late, Sharon, Margaret, I'm giving you a teaser. This is what I'm working on. This video will go up next week. But this is my little tea bag that I'd stitched on. I added something to it and I put it to a page. And here's one of my spirit sticks and some of my slow stitching. That's what I'm working on. Barbara, yeah, it is. It's a form of doodling. Hey, Cheryl, how are you doing today? I hope you are having a wonderful day. We're talking about our personal superpowers and something wonderful. So I will say that it was wonderful that we recently got a whole lot of rain because we are way, way under our average. So I'm hoping we get some more. Can I explain what a spirit stick is? So let's see. I might even have some more handy, perhaps. Perhaps. All right, I do have some handy. A spirit stick, and I've got a video on these, is where, and they are so much fun to do. Let's see if I have something that's white. Might make it a little easier to see. This is where you just take all your your little bits of threads that you cut off when you're sewing. And I'm just wrapping these around little sticks or pine needles. You could use toothpicks. Somebody told me she was going to use little bits of cardboard, grasses. And I just wanted something to do with those threads. I saved so many of the threads. So what I do is I just take one color and then I knot another color to the end and another color to the end. And then I just keep wrapping it around these little sticks. And I just love them. Yeah, cheerleading. Rah, rah, rah. But what's nice is they don't take up a whole lot of room. So, you know, they can fit in a journal. They're not going to take up a whole lot of room. And then you can also take them. Okay, so let's see. I think I had one that had some blue on it. So the other week I did the little, you know, slow stitching like this. And then I could take one of the little sticks and put it on top of there. Why are they called spirit sticks? Because I needed a name. Hey, Shelby. I needed a name for them. And sometimes names don't come easily. So that's what I called them. And I'm thinking maybe I'll go back and rename my... oh, you haven't gotten to the spirit sticks one yet? Oh, my goodness. You're behind. You're behind. You're working on a version of this for your nest journal. Oh, good. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I find naming things hard. Like this little book that I'm working on, I'm having trouble. I want to have a title for the book because I'm going to make it into a kit as well. And having trouble, what would you call a book that had things like this in it? It's not going to be a journal. It's going to be an artist's book. That's true, Cheryl. It'd be really cute to put in a little square frame. Oh, Brenda, yeah, you and your bugs. Ooh. What would you call a book like this? So far, I've got Nature's Way. Not really much of anything. Oh, yeah, Collecting and Gathering in the Rain, not so good. And, of course, we had all that windstorm just before we had the rain, so a lot of my stuff blew off the deck. Is what eco printing, this that I'm working on right here, Nana, this is fabric that I have dyed with alcohol inks and probably some distress stains. These are alcohol inks over here. Walk in the Forest, God's Creations, Japanese Binding, Living the Dream. Yeah, not going to be a Japanese binding. It's going to be a concertina. I will tell you that much. Yeah, it's a nature book. Spirit of the Woods. Yeah, I'm not going to put that much effort into it. No, this is just one page. This is as much as I'm going to give you of a tease. I've got 6 more pages, and it's going to be a concertina. I'm going to work on the cover when I'm done with this. Wait a minute, I got to write some of these down. You guys have got some good ideas here. I gotta do this because I'll forget to. Spirit of the Woods is neat. Nature's beauty. Naturist. All right. I will keep my little notepad right here. Oh, wait a minute. Now I missed some stuff here. I need to go back. Gotta go back. All right, I need to go back and check the things. Do I save all my little bits and scraps of everything? Absolutely, I do. And in fact, I just had another, Forest Whispers is good, yeah. Another inspiration on what to do with all the little scraps of fabric and lace. I save all of that because I have one of those 3-tiered rolling carts, and then I have these little plastic things in different sizes, and they stack. And Forest Frenzy. Hi, Michelle. How you doing today? And so I put all my little scraps in there, and then I make them my clusters and stuff. But that's kind of why I started doing the spirit sticks, is because I did not want to be saving every little thing. The Botanist Workbook. That is totally a journal book we need to do, Penny. We need to do that journal. This one's just going to be a little artist book because I want to work on some small projects that I know I'm finishing. But Patty, you save a lot of paper though, right? Yeah, Forest Whispers is really good. I like that one. I mean, I've got people saving scraps for me, right, Vicki? It's an addiction. But the thing is I save all the little scraps, and then I need to remind myself that means I don't need to go out and buy more stuff because I have so many little scraps. The plastic containers, they're just in one of those, rolling carts. And what I love, let's see. Because this is what I do with my clusters. So see, they come in all these different sizes. So I've got my little bits of wool. I've got some things I didn't use in the book. I've got my threads. I've got some lichen. And these things all just, stack up in my little rolling cart, which makes it really handy. Let's see. People save you scraps too, Sharon C. Patty's going to just start bagging it up, sending it out as racks. Yeah. They're really great. Cheryl, if you go back to my channel, there's, and I'll try and put a link to it in the description later down here on this one. But I have a video, an older video about organizing, and there's a link to those little things. I love it. Yeah, organizing the scraps. You know what the biggest thing is, Penny, is figuring out what works for you. I started off organizing all my collage stuff in gift boxes. I went to like the Container Store and bought some heavy duty gift boxes so they would stand up, and I covered them with paper, and I love them. And I discovered that they didn't work for me because I couldn't see what was inside them. Sharon, they're from Amazon. I will, I'll put the link down in the description of this video, but it's one of my older videos, something about my favorite organizational supplies. And they were on Amazon, and they come in a bunch of different sizes. And so when I couldn't see my stuff, I realized that wasn't working for me. You got to figure out what it is that works for you. So all my paper is in open shelves, and it's all by color. All my fabric is stored by color and in a closet where I can see everything. Yeah, that fussy cutting stage. And I actually found the pile of stuff I have set aside for you, Vicki, so it might actually get out in the mail. Hey, Abby, you did sneak in. Hi, Abby. Nana, yeah, a quilting cover. I love something like this, that it's just all randomly put together, and this is just the first coating, and then I can add up to it, but I just this is an easy thing to do while I'm chatting. I realize if I'm going to come up and chat, I need to make it something easy, so I don't want to make this to be my mess making thing where I'm doing a lot of painting and things. That's just not working for me. Yes, I fussy cut napkins, thousands of napkins. It was ridiculous. And I still have lots and lots of them, and I need to reduce that stash. So Nana, this started as just an old sheet that I cut the size that I wanted. And then all of these squares are just little bits that I have dyed. And the way I dye my little fabrics is I just, these might be something that I cut off the edge of a journal. This might be the hem of an old sheet or something. And I have jars of paint water, and I just toss them in there when I have leftover paint water, or I might use my Neocolors or my alcohol inks. And I just, every so often I just dye up a bunch of scraps. And so I just pieced it together. Yeah, there's a lot of, in my, I think one of my studio tours, there's a thing of all the fussy cut things. Salt, what, Abby? Salt with dyeing with salt, because that makes a really neat effect too. Yeah, I just literally, if my glass of water, if this was one of my paint waters and I've been doing watercolor, the thing is, if we're using the fabric for journals and things that aren't going to get going through the washing machine, why shouldn't we use things like our distress reinkers or our watercolors? It's not going to see the light of day. I use anything and everything. The ones I did with diluted Bombay ink, I really love. Neocolors. Oh yeah. You just, take the pencil or the crayon sharpener and, get a bunch of the shavings. Same thing with your Inktense pencils or Inktense blocks, and then put some hot water in it, and you've got some great color. Leftover paint water, because it's already diluted, so it's not going to get as stiff. You can also use that leftover paint water on tissue paper or wax paper, parchment paper, deli paper, any of that lightweight paper. The only thing you dye is your hair or paper. Oh, I see, because she's got it. Salt and pepper. Got it. Thanks, Abby. When you have a history. Yep. Yeah, I always seem to have something soaking in paint water. My brushes in paint water. And I reuse I don't dump all my paint water out right away. We're on a septic system here, so I'm pretty careful about what I dump down there. And, might as well reuse the stuff. When you do any kind of eco printing, save that water, reuse it, or dip some fabric in it just to get some different colors. On my list of videos to do is showing all the different ways. I've got I don't know, at least a dozen probably different ways. Oh, Sharon, good, you did your video. I can't wait to see it. 1.5 hours long. Yes, yeah, you could split it into 2 parts. I would sit and watch it for an hour and a half. Hey, Victoria, take it easy. Yeah, just kick back and listen. Nettie uses acrylics a lot, so it might be able to make the lightweight paper a bit sturdier. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. You give nicknames to almost every person you know and work with. I have never had a nickname, I don't think. No, I don't think I've ever had a nickname. That's okay, Sharon. You're worth it. I would make a big cup of coffee and watch you while I have my morning coffee. Margaret says she puts an old sheet in the tray when you spray papers with tea or ink. Absolutely. Yes, that's the one, Mona. If you've got that and could post that link, then people can see the links to the little trays. Yeah, Margaret, I have always going at least 1 or 2 trays of things with paper and index cards and stuff like that, where I can just dump anything that's color. There's a couple of drops of wine left in the bottle. I shake it out over the paper. Okay, Abby, you are in charge of giving me my first ever nickname. Yeah, thank goodness for indulgent husbands that let me have this tray of stuff all over the place. I think I have every flat surface in the house, except for in his office, taken up with something art-wise. Okay, maybe I don't have the master bathroom. I have the hall bathroom. Okay, so Mona put the link up, for those of you that were asking about the clear containers, that's got the link showing my clear containers. Oh yeah, printer ink bottles, absolutely. I've got a laser printer, so I can't really get the ink out of that now, but I just need to make a bunch more journals, though, to use that up. Alcohol ink made with crepe paper. Yep. Oh, Nana, you know, I go back and forth. I mean, I love the paper. I love so much playing with paper. But then sometimes there's something, you know, that feels so good about the fabric. Can you coffee dye leftover paper towels? Absolutely. Do I have any? I don't have anything handy here. I had them out the other day. Paper towels with all kinds of your mop-up colors. You know, and then you can sew them because it makes the paper towels stronger. You can sew them or collage them down. I mean, you can color anything with everything, probably. I think it's sort of no holds barred. Yeah, and then it's hard. You start a whole bunch of projects and it's hard to know what one you're going to get finished. And I really want to be a finisher this year. Yeah, craft apartment, crafting spaces in every room. Yep. Yeah, I think the master bedroom and my husband's office, I have part of the kitchen counter. So yeah, the master bedroom and my husband's office are the only ones that I have not taken over yet. And actually in his office, he has all the printers are in his office. So really I do things in there too. Oh, Barbie, it's my fault, huh? That's exactly the problem, Barbara. Moving from project to project without putting anything away. Story of my freaking life. I have really bad habits with that. And I'm trying to get better about it, but it's hard. Boy, the color really is different when you go from the iPad to the webcam. The webcam is not nearly as pretty. Yeah, it's good to have indulgent husbands, right, that let us do this. And I've taken over the sunroom now. I've set up all my dyeing for plant dyeing is in the sunroom right now because it's too cold to work in the garage to get it set up for me. So this summer I'll move out of the sunroom, but I'm grateful. He just wants me to be happy, so I'm very lucky. She knocked down the bright tone. Yeah, I mean, just mix things up. You know, add your coffee or tea to your other things. A big space I work in. I'm working in the living room, This is my two big desks are set up in the living room. So the one that I'm working on right now is my filming desk. And then to the right of me is another desk. And I've got a beautiful view out here. But we have a small, when we downsized to this smaller house, and then the studio we knocked out some walls. So the studio opens into the living room. And that's got my big long island in it, but it's not a place where I sit at and work. It's more where I lay everything out and where I shop. It's my storage. But last night, literally, I had about this much space on here because I was working on this other book. Hallie gets to do whatever she wants because she lives alone. Every desk, I have 4 in one room and 1 in another, completely covered. Okay, Sharon, I feel much better. Barbara's got all our mixed media supplies corralled in one room, but there's a sewing machine in the living room and a huge fabric stash out in the storage room. Yep. Oh, Barbie, that's a smart idea. Yeah, make several journals with the same subject matter so you can justify not putting things away. Yeah, when we were doing the renovations on this house and we built this closet thinking it was going to be our hall closet for coats and things, and now it's got all my fabric in it. So like I said, indulgent husband. So then we built the sunroom. We put a closet in the sunroom, so that's where all the coats and things are, but it's not as big as the one that I took over for my fabric. Sewing machine and fabric are in the kitchen for Arlene. Dyeing and drying fabrics are in the bathroom. The spare room is for big projects. Living room is for embroidery and cross stitch. Yep, see, there you go. Nettie's got 2 desks side by side, but one of them you have to keep somewhat accessible for homeschooling. Yep. Yeah, I love the idea of stations in theory. I still don't have a die cut machine. I'm thinking about getting the big electric Gemini, but I'm thinking before I do that, I need to make sure I'm going to actually have a place for it, because right now I don't even have my laminator out all the time. Night, night, Debbie. Thanks for popping in. Sweet dreams. Those of you that are hanging out, I hope you will give it a thumbs up. And like I said, if you're not already in the Facebook group, I hope you'll join us over there. So you live in your craft room, Brenda, is what you're saying. You live in your craft room. I have not taken stitching or anything into the bedroom with me. I thought that that would be something I might do before sleep, but I tend to read before sleep. But I do have the stitching next to where I sit when we're watching TV. All right, hydration, hydration. I hear Victoria telling me. I never have the island cleaned off when I need to cut fabric or the paper cutter. You know, and it's a 6-foot long island. You know, it's exactly what it was there for, so that I can cut the fabric and the paper. All right, let's change colors. A mixed media desk in a separate room. Yeah. I love being able to have everything out in the studio though for shopping. At the last place, everything was covered and hidden and I couldn't find it when I wanted it. And that made it a lot more frustrating to work. Okay, this dark one is begging for some light fabric or light light thread. The Tim Holtz one looks very cool, but I think, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the one where you have to hold your thumb down on the switch for it to go through. And I think the Gemini is the one where you don't have to do that. So all I know is I need an electric one because my shoulder's too bad. It says I tend to buy and then worry about where I'm going to put stuff. Yep. Margaret tries to keep the veranda for people to sit on, but that also has their sticks for making natural art brushes and my salad greens and potting stuff. Yep. Nana, I think for me, the Gemini will be better because if I'm remembering right, if somebody has the Tim Holtz die cut machine or knows for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the one where you have to hold your finger down. Yeah, who has time to worry about that stuff, right, Sharon? But I do get frustrated not being able to find my stuff. Okay, Abby says the Vagabond is also electric, but you do have to hold the button down, but it's not difficult or hard to do. Okay. They're both, I mean, you know, if I'm going to buy one, I'm going to buy the biggest possible one that does the most stuff because I want to make a one-time investment. Oh, okay. So Abby, that's good to know. Hey, Dee Dee, how's my girl today? So Abby, if you've got the Vagabond and you've got the Geminis, what's your thought between the two? Which one would you invest in? Only speaking for yourself on the not difficult part. Yeah. I'd just be curious as to which one, you know, of the two, or would you think that they're pretty equal? With me, it's mostly that I just know that I need electric rather than a manual one because I wouldn't be able to do, I wouldn't have the strength to do the manual very much. It's a glorious day out there, so you're procrastinating. We actually have blue sky today, which was good. We had a lot of rain yesterday. And I would love to go out and do some foraging and gathering, but I really have to get all the tax stuff done first. So you had the Vagabond first, okay? Yeah, and I noticed, like when I did the acrylic ink things with using the acetate from packaging, that was when I realized I really need to get a die cut machine because my punches, they're just not going to hold up for that. My punches, half the time, they mangle paper. So I just kind of like to get rid of that. Vagabond's being discontinued. Oh, interesting. Michelle loves her Vagabond too. Hallie says the Vagabond's being discontinued. Interesting. Ooh, Diane, ouch. Yeah, scan and cut's more than what I need. I really want to be able to cut shapes and thicker things and fabric. 12 by 12 Crafter's Companion. Oh, interesting. Why do you want the 12 by 12? Because of scrapbook paper? If you had it to do all over again, you'd buy a bigger cutter and get the electric. I'm stingy. I sort of thinking the scan and cut sounds like a thing too. So I don't know. But from the scan and cut to the expensive die cut machines, there's a big price jump, right? I haven't looked at the prices of the scan and cut for quite a while. Scrapbooker at heart. Okay. That makes sense then. Boy, as I'm doing this, I realize I got a lot of patchwork to do. I didn't overlap this very well. I'm looking out the front window and there are like 3 bunnies cavorting out there. I will never have any wildflowers. You have a scan and cut and you rarely use it, so you don't use it to fussy cut? Oh, so yeah. Yeah, it seems like it was about twice as much. Yeah, I don't know if I'd spend as much on the fussy cutting. I just don't know. You regret not buying the doorbuster on your visit during Thanksgiving. Yeah. Abby, too funny. So Dee Dee's got one, but she doesn't use it. It's big and it takes up space and time. Little Gypsy, I come on at noon Pacific Standard Time here in California every Wednesday. And today is going to be my shortened version. I'm going to go till about 1:30. And let's see here. So you have dyes from just about every company. See, and that's why I'm kind of thinking, do I really need, well, I need electric, but I want to just do basic things. I don't know that I would use the actual die cuts as much as I would all the shapes. Oh, I love it. So you guys can try hitting the subscribe and the bell button. We know YouTube, and make sure you set your notifications to all. I do put a reminder up on YouTube a day or two ahead of time that the live is coming up. I know YouTube's not been that great lately about getting the reminders out. So 12 by 12 embossing sheets and fold. I bought a couple of embossing folders just because I thought they were fun to play with, but I'm using them just plain, with my rolling pin. And it works for the little bit of texture that I want. It's worth it to you to have a larger space cutting option. Yeah, it's good to have options, right? Good to have options. I don't know. I just have to see where I go. Like I said, after tax time, I'm going to take another look at it and thinking, Victoria had asked if you had crafting money to spend, what you would go spend it on right now. Yeah, so I've got the die cuts that I have that have been gifted to me I'm playing with, but I don't know that I would buy any for other options. That's why I'm not so sure that I'll put the money into it. I really want shapes. I want to be able to cut frames and circles and squares in different sizes. I want to make tunnel books. It would be a lot easier to have that, all pre-cut for me, as opposed to the X-Acto knife, because I'm kind of a klutz, and the X-Acto knife and I makes me very nervous. Abby, that would be so good. I would love to see something on all the different ones and what you would use and not use. Sharon says, I can see a scan and cut as having a completely different use to a die cutting machine, not one over the other. True. Yeah, Vicki, you're right. Get more than you need because you don't know how stuff is going to change and what you're going to want to be doing later. Golden green gold. Barbara, that's one of my favorite colors to use. Absolutely one of my favorite colors. I've been splurging, for years I only bought the small bottles of golden, and I've been splurging now and buying the larger ones. Makes me feel rich, but wow, it takes a hit to the pocketbook. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? Elisa, you're on a lonely post at work. So yeah, you're not alone. We're all here. We'll keep you company for a little bit. Abby, send away. If you get a guillotine, if you get a cutter, Nettie, consider the bypass cutter that Fiskars has. I am in love with that. It's cut so much. I'm so sorry I spent the money on all the little ones. The bypass cutter, it's not like a guillotine. It goes this way, but it's big like a guillotine cutter. It folds in half, and you never have to sharpen it. And I love mine. I love the heck out of mine. It was about $50 here in the US. Yeah, the golden paint is so expensive, but it is my favorite to play with. although I still have a lot of the craft paints, which work great for, like I like to use them for jelly printing because I can mix them with the other mediums and kind of upscale them a little bit. Yeah, not cheap, Brenda, but it was, you know, I'll never have to buy blades. I'll never have to remember where I put the blades, which is usually the case with me. It's like, okay, I have 3 of those small little cutters, and where are the blades that go? I do keep one out here in the living room, so I've got something handy. But when I'm doing, like when I'm making the 60 journals for the nonprofit that I do a few times a year, you know, I've got to cut a whole bunch of paper at once. I just get out that big thing. And yeah, the guillotine cutters from school. My mother-in-law has one of the old ones, old style ones from school. Were a mistake. Big guillotine to cut through magazine spines. Oh, wow. That is a heavy duty cutter. Exactly, Janet. We have to replace the other blades so often. I love that big cutter. And I can cut fabric on it as well. Harder to do on the really thin stuff, but sometimes I can use some tape to kind of stick it down to some cardboard or something. Yeah, Victoria, I can relate. The guillotine cutters are very, very scary. I have not worked with the coil binder machine, but I bet somebody here has. Anybody can help Nana out with coil binder machine? I don't have a lot of machine. I've got my sewing machine. I'm trying to think of big things. I got the so comb binder, cinch machine. Which one is it, Nana? Hey, Lala. I know people really seem to enjoy the cinch machine. Your daughter uses one all the time for work, so you have to buy one. Oh. One of your favorite things to do is altering magazines, so it's nice to be able to have the different sizes. Yep. Barbara says she goes to her local copy shop and they help me out with their coil binding machine. Need to take my new Zentangle book over there and have them put a coil binding on it so it lies flat. That's very smart, Barbara. Yeah. Very smart. Let's see, I'm going to be smart here. This one off. So let's see, catching up on Sharon. Oh, I need to go catch up on what Sharon was doing. She's being dangerous, taking chances with those talented fingers. That's not good. All right, something like this. If you want something bound differently, you'd see some. Oh, so your husband could do it at work. Wow. A downside to coil binding. Everything you make, all your books look the same on the shelf. Oh, that's true too. I think for some purposes, though, like what Barbara just said, being able to have something lie flat, if it's a reference book and you're trying to look at the designs, you know, for inspiration or to follow a pattern, I can see that would be very handy. All right. Go back on this side. So Vicki, are you going to fill all those books, all those covers that you made? I saw all those beautiful covers sitting there waiting for you to put pages in them. You're going to have them save the spine they cut off, figure out a way to attach it like a bookmark. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Putting your knitting books in there with a coil binding, any of that kind of stuff. The best part of making a journal for Margaret is the binding, and I love stitching different bindings. Next, I'm going to try the corset binding. Oh, Dee Dee, if you're still here, didn't you do a corset binding a while back? It looks very intricate. I love doing the pages. I'm not so sure that the binding is something that I enjoy, but at least not right now. Our tastes change. Okay, so no, not working on them yet, huh? You're not going to fill them? You could just sell the journal covers just as they are. Let somebody else fill them. Put a bunch of your jelly prints in there for pages. One of those things where the objects in the mirror look closer than they really were. Yeah, I think you should, Vicki. Put them in the store. People like that somebody else has gotten things started for them. I think journal kits are really popular right now. Any kind of bits and pieces we can put together. And then there's something about playing with somebody else's materials. If somebody else started off with something and then you're playing with their materials, it just feels, I don't know, it's fun. It's just fun. Boy, at this rate, it's going to take me the rest of the year just to get this cover done, but I'm not going to stress it. This is not a project that I'm not finishing. I'm just working on it slowly. And working on it on camera, I stitch completely differently than I would when I'm on my own. I don't know why. Camera nerves, I don't know. Not nerves. I don't have any nerves. Camera klutziness. Yeah, Margaret, I think you're right. Playing with somebody else's material stimulates you in a different way. And then I find myself looking at it and saying, well, how did this person come up with that? And what were they thinking when they created that? And I love looking at papers that somebody else has dyed, whatever they're using to dye something with, just because it just gets my brain going. Thinking, well, how did they get that combination? Or how did they get that pattern on something? One man's trash is my treasure. Yep. Absolutely. Arlene says she was inspired by Cindy Utter. She's a lot of inspiration. Made a huge journal with a bunch of signatures. I'm adapting the idea to my abilities and making something similar. Nice. Sharon says I can relate to that. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm more comfortable stitching at my desk or on the lounge. Oh, you're doing the tag challenge. Yeah, I kept thinking I was going to start the tag challenge, and I haven't. I might still. It wouldn't take that long to catch up. Bulky Ben. That's Cindy's big journal that she did, Bulky Ben. I do have a small stitching project that's just in a little basket with a limited selection of threads and one needle that's right by the couch. But right now, my couch activity is untangling threads. I bought a huge thing. I didn't realize how huge it was of mulberry silk thread. And I didn't pay attention when it came to me. I was so excited to touch it. It just felt good. I wasn't paying attention. And I got it all tangled up. And we're talking about a huge, huge hank. I mean, like, I can't even show you how big. It's like the hank was bigger than this whole thing that I'm working on. Hey, Thunder. And I got it so tangled up. So I'm just basically untangling it and winding it around little spools. Yeah, I could start late, and I probably will when I finish this little Nature's Whisper. I think that's or Forest Whisper. I really like that. Forest Whisper, Nature Whisper. I like that title. Book. What are you making with your Julie challenge, Brenda? The hop video, you mean the hop videos that my team did, Elisa, or other hop videos? There's always hop videos going on. My team's got to get together and do something again soon. Yeah, tag is very small, but the nice thing is about it being a small tag is it's not so overwhelming. The size, let's see, how big is this? This is 14 inches by about 9.5. And my thought was, let's see, what do I do with my, it makes a journal cover like this, but probably what I'll do is, I can make a pocket with it, but it makes a nice journal cover. What did I do with my camera? I messed my camera thing all up. Come up a little more. There you go. So it should be a nice journal cover. So Penny, you just started too? Okay, so now I'm getting motivated. I have a bunch of tags cut out. I think this will be a really nice one. Find it, finish it journal. Ah. I'll have to see what she's got going on. It's coming along, and I'm not going to stress. This is my happy place. It's really, I love being able to see the chat. If I was doing something where I was doing something where I had to concentrate a little bit more artistically, I would find it hard in the live, just for me personally. I mean, there are people that do that all the time, but I like to be able to see what you guys are talking about and feel like it's us just hanging out here together. So the stitching like this makes it really fun for me to be able to get something done that needs doing, but still be able to visit with all of you. And then I'm sure I'm not the only one that does this. I'm working on a cover like this, and then all of a sudden it's, oh no, what am I going to do with it? Did I fold pieces under for the edges? Nope, everything is just raw edges. All raw edges, and I don't want to work that hard. I'm not a precise crafter at all. I rarely measure unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, just tag bases. Pretty easy. Make some Franken paper and cut it up. Well, Brenda, I like you being chatty here. I'm glad you found your happy, safe place to be chatty. Penny, I know, we get sidelined. There's just so many other ideas. Our brains are like going 900 miles an hour, right? Yeah, Sharon, I can't cut all my fabric on it, but like heavy upholstery fabric was really nice to be able to use on the bypass cutter. And what else did I cut my leather. Was really handy for the leather. Wow, that went super wonky. Oh well, I'm going to let the wonky stay. Yeah, just hanging out and relaxing. And that's kind of what I want. I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing in the lives for a while. Is just easy. Although I do have a simple collage project I want to do. I might do next week. It depends on how much I get done. Taxes first. Wait a minute here. You toyed with the idea of a big cutter or the next size down. You went with a smaller one for size and storage, but wished you had gone bigger. Oh, yeah. Oh, for a leather source, I got one at an online sale, one batch of really stiff, heavy leather, and then another from this fabulous shop on Etsy for really soft leather. And I'm really enjoying using both of it. I need to stay away from Etsy for shopping now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Victoria, you need to take care of you. Oh, right, Angela. That's what you say. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Janet. That's it. That's the full name. Precision Rotary Cut Trimmer. Yep, ink and listen. I'm only here for another few minutes. I think an hour and a half is going to be a good time for me adjusting it to that. Margaret, I am such a doofus with my rotary cutter. I need to practice more. I really, really am bad with it. I would like to get better with the rotary cutter. And I think I got replacement. I mean, I bought a nice brand one, the name that starts with an O, I think it is. And I bought the replacement blades. But when I changed the blade, it's not in there right. It's not settled right. So it, I don't know, it wobbles and it doesn't cut right. Yeah, Sharon, it's the same thing here. It's like, ooh, look at that. Or one of the people that I buy from all the time sends me a coupon and I get sucked right in. Absolutely sucked right in. Wow, it's up to $89 now. Yep. Yeah, we were talking about the die cutters earlier, Angela. It's a really nice cutter. I love that one. All right, I think that's a good place for me to stop because I hit the end of my thing there. Okay, you guys want to see the rest of the pages in this? I'll show you some more pages in here. How's that? Special treat because you guys are here. So you've seen this one. And let's see, I can bring you down. A little better. And we have this one. This is one of my favorites. And we've got this one. What I like about the bypass cutter is it folds up. Got this one. Yeah, Vicki, I always have to clean off the island to make room for it. Got this. Forest Whispers, right? Got this. I'm really excited to work on the cover after this. Here. Got this. And then this is another one of my favorites. If you saw the alcohol ink pieces that I did, I made a window. So those are the pages of the book that I am going to put together. Thank you. Thank you. I am going to sign off so I can go work on this other project. I think an hour and a half is a really good time for me. And I will be back next Wednesday at noon. Let's see, how do I prep my leaves? Oh, well, Sharon, the leaves that I've used in most of these have all been dried. And then I'm just coating them with matte medium when I put them down on the paper. Hey, Michelle, thanks for stopping by for a little bit. Nettie, Vicki, Victoria, Janet, Lala, Sharon, Hallie, everybody, thank you so much. Barbara, glad you were able to catch me live this time. They don't split. After they've been dried and I put the matte medium on them, they don't split. Some of them stay green, some of them change. What brand matte medium? I use Golden, but you could use Liquitex. You could probably use Mod Podge. I just don't happen to use Mod Podge. All right, so thank you guys for stopping by. Hope you left me a thumbs up and come join us in the Facebook group if you're not already there. And I will see you next time, okay? Bye for now.